Here we go. The Pretenders and Brass in Pocket on BBC Radio Oxford. Right, it's 25 minutes to 4. It's Foodie Tuesday on this show, as you know. And this would normally be the moment I introduce Jules from the Secret Supper Society, who would normally be on the phone. But for the third time, I believe, Jules has come into the studio with food. We like that. We like that a lot. It is the third time, isn't it?
It is the third time, yes.
Yes, because you did the wraps.
And we had the meringue,
And
the
meringue.
pavlova.
Yeah, that was lovely, that was. So, basically, if you're new to the show, Jules runs the Secret Supper Society near Bicester, and she comes up with recipes on a weekly basis for us, designed and developed by her own self, and they go on her website, and you can get them for free if you listen to this show, because she's got a little BBC section. Now, they're usually under £10 for 4 people, really simple to make, and always really delicious. 100% they're always delicious, because I've tried quite a few of them now. So, what are we doing today, Jules? Because I've got something in front of me and it smells delicious.
Well, it's very seasonal, very of the moment. It's roasted pumpkin soup. I'm always trying to obviously find things that are going to be inexpensive to make, and the supermarkets are chock full, obviously, with pumpkins at the moment.
And they're quite cheap as well.
And they are inexpensive, Adam.
Yeah.
We don't use the word cheap.
They are inexpensive right now.
Yes.
I was quite surprised how inexpensive they were when I saw them at the weekend.
Yes, but you have to be careful if you're going to cook with pumpkin. You actually want to make sure that you are buying a pumpkin that is for cooking, because some of them that they sell in the supermarkets are really for carving. They're not great flavour. There's not going to be much in them.
Rushed growing.
Right,
okay.
So this is a roasted pumpkin soup. Pumpkins are full of water. I think they're almost 90% water. So roasting them helps evaporate a lot of the liquid.
And I guess that gives you more flavour then from the pumpkin.
Yes, and you can add lots of things to this soup. I've kept this one simple because I wanted to highlight the pumpkin flavour, but you can add more chilli, you can spoon in some harissa, you can top it with some lovely melted brown butter. The other thing with this, which I discovered, so I made the soup last week, I had tons left over. I used it as a pasta sauce.
Oh, okay, great idea, yeah.
Great
Why
idea.
not?
I've sent some home with my son, and I said, just chuck it on some pasta. You could pan roast a load of vegetables and pour it on like a sauce. Yeah. So it's incredibly versatile, or you can just have it like you've got it with a load of bread or some croutons. The soup that you've got in front of you is really thick. You can, if you don't like thick soup, you just add more stock and make it thinner.
So can you freeze this if you made loads and loads of it?
Yes. I mean, this quantity, this recipe came in at £3.30.
Wow. That is inexpensive.
It is inexpensive. And it makes a lot. It makes certainly way more than for 4 people.
Oh, well, that's what you want. And of course, soup is quite a big thing for bonfire night. So if people are having fireworks displays and stuff, this would be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just serve it in the slow cooker and have it ticking along. All right, so if we want to make this, what do we need to do?
You want a whole pumpkin, or the equivalent of about 1.5 kilos of pumpkin. The particularly tasty pumpkins are the ones with green skin, but there are.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they are, so the supermarkets are selling those as well, and they're the eating ones. But the orange skin ones are fine. You're going to need 1.5 litres of vegetable stock. You can use chicken stock if you're not vegetarian to make it a little bit more robust. 1 onion, 2 carrots, 2 celery sticks, a pinch of chili flakes. Yeah. Or to taste.
Always.
And I always love a little bit of lemon juice in at the end, just for that little bit of acidity. So you're going to preheat your oven to 180 degrees fan, peel the pumpkin, and in the saucepan with the stock, you're going to add the peelings of the pumpkin, the seeds of the pumpkin, and the hairy bits.
Really? Okay.
Because that's just going to enhance your stock.
Oh, so you take that out?
So it's going in, yes.
We're not eating any hairy bits here.
You're not eating any hairy bits.
Good.
But you'll be able to strain the stock out. So you'll leave that stock on simmer with all the peelings while you roast the pumpkin. So you'll chop the pumpkin into some reasonable sized chunks, drizzle with olive oil, put in the oven and roast for about 30 minutes until they're soft. While that's going on and while your stock is simmering, in a large pan, saute the onions, carrots and celery with a generous pinch of salt until soft, and then remove that from the heat. Once the pumpkins cook, cooked, you can tip the pumpkin in with the onions, strain the stock into the pan, add a pinch of chili flakes if you're using it, and simmer that for 20 minutes. Then remove it from the heat, let it cool a little bit. I don't know if many people have had the experience of when they liquidize something and it's too hot and the lid comes flying off the liquidizer.
I've done that before.
So if you're using a liquidizer, leave it to cool for a bit, or use a hand blender and blend it until smooth.
And there we go.
And that's it.
It
It's
looks...
about 40 minutes.
It's a really nice kind of dark mustardy colour. It's
Yeah.
a lovely coloured soup, and you've even given us these little mini croutons to eat alongside.
Yes.
Now, I've got to get producer Stuart to come in and try it, because he will never forgive me if I haven't invited him. I don't know where he is. Oh,
Here
there
he
he
is.
is. Here he is. Oh, on cue. Of course, as soon as you mentioned food to producer Stuart, he is
It was,
here.
you know what, I was waiting. Obviously, the whole time you were talking to Jules there, I was buzzing in your ear going, wrap this up, get to the tasting bit. Get to the bit where you taste it, get to the bit where you taste it.
Well, we're here now.
And then, just as I could tell you were kind of winding down, Jules was getting to the end of the recipe, door goes, somebody from Amazon.
Oh, no.
I absolutely sprinted to the back door.
That's the worst timing ever. Do they realise you're missing out on a
Yeah.
free bit of soup here?
Yeah, like they could have interrupted yesterday when Rishi Sunak was announced as a new prime. They could have interrupted anything else, just not this bit.
But of course, it
bless
happened.
you.
All right. So you've got a bowl in front of you.
I
I've
have.
got a bowl in front of me. I cannot wait to try this. And I
So
absolutely...
while you're trying it, you can, as I said before, you can add things to it. You could put in a bit of sour cream.
Oh,
What do you think?
that is lovely. It's got a little kick to it from the chilli.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm tasting immediately? The first taste I get, it tastes like a roast dinner.
Yes, it is. Yes.
It tastes like a whole roast dinner in one mouthful.
Well, then that's
That is
great.
amazing.
Well, I suppose because it's all those lovely roasted flavours, and yet there's no meat in there. It's that one's made with a vegetable stock.
I could eat this whole thing right now.
It's proper sort of hearty. Kind of.
It is. It's a proper hearty winter soup. Also, you've got to take home. I've brought you my homemade ricotta.
Homemade ricotta.
It's homemade ricotta.
Oh yeah, I told her not to mention that to you. I was just going to take that.
He was
but-
going to take it.
I'm there. Have we got more soup then to take home? as
You've
well?
got more soup. You've got a big thing of soup each.
That's dinner
But I only
sorted.
had one tub of ricotta.
Oh, so that's mine then.
And it's delicious on toast, or you could put a spoonful in your soup.
Well, we'll see. It's going to be sat next to me for the rest of the afternoon. So
It
we'll
will
see
be
how
gone
far it
by
goes.
6 o'clock. Yeah.
I'll bring back more the next time I come.
I'm not just saying this, and I say that every time you come in, but this is absolutely delicious. I mean,
Thank you.
it's
Really nice.
like you say, really warming. I can imagine this on a cold night, stood outside watching some fireworks. You know, a big bowl of this would just warm you up, and it just tastes so nice. I can't get over how much it tastes like a Sunday roast.
It's filling, and unbelievably, because it tastes creamy, but obviously it's vegan. There is absolutely no cream or dairy produce in there.
Yeah.
And for a main course serving, it's about 140 calories.
So really good on the hips as well.
So great on the hips, and yes, you could just fill yourself up with bread.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, not the amount of bread I will add to it. Those calories might change.
a whole stick of French bread.
Oh, it's amazing. No matter how much bread I have, it's 140 calories.
Well, I'm most definitely going to finish all of that before you disappear,
Okay.
because you're probably going to want your bowl back. But yeah, that is absolutely delicious. The depth of flavour in there is incredible. You can really tell that you've spent the time with the vegetables and you've done all the sautéing, and it's just lush. Love that. I advise anybody listening right now to go and get this recipe from Jules' website. It's free because Jules does all of her recipes for anyone who listens to this show for free. So, Jules, where do they need to go?
TheSecretSupperSociety.com.
And there is a link there that says BBC Recipes, and everything you have given us on this show is in one place.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, Jules. And you can actually see a video of this whole conversation because Jules' husband Nick is actually stood around filming it all right now. So
Finally, TV famous.
TV famous, and that'll be on our website as well. But lovely. Thank you very much, Jules.
Thank you.
Oh wow.